Before One Piece became a global hit, it all started with one boy from Kumamoto, Eiichiro Oda. Eiichiro Oda was born on January 1st, 1975 in Kumamoto, Japan. It's a calm city in southern Japan known for Kumamoto Castle and its peaceful atmosphere. Oda grew up in a regular family, and from a very young age, he already loved drawing. When other kids talked about becoming athletes or office workers, Oda said he wanted to be a manga artist. He was fascinated by pirate stories, especially the anime Vicky the Viking, which later inspired his idea for One Piece. Even after becoming famous, Oda never forgot about his roots. When a major earthquake hit Kumamoto in 2016, he donated a large sum of money to help rebuild the city. And now, bronze statues of One Piece characters stand across Kumamoto as a symbol for Oda's love for his hometown. During his school years, Oda was known as the quiet kid who always drew in his notebooks. At Kumamoto City High School, he often filled the edges of his papers with sketches of pirates, monsters, and funny characters. By the time he was in his mid-teens, Oda has made up his mind. He wasn't just drawing for fun anymore. He wanted to be a manga artist. He started studying professional manga styles by reading weekly Shonen Jump every week, analyzing how the panels, dialogue, and action were done. At the age of 17, his artwork finally paid off. He submitted a short manga called Wanted to Shonen Jump contest, and it won second place in the Tezuka Award, a big deal for young artists. That achievement opened doors for him and gave him the confidence that he could actually make it. After high school, he entered Kyushu Tokai University, majoring in architecture. Even though he was a good student, his mind was always on manga. He spent more time drawing story ideas than studying blueprints. And after about a year, he made a life-changing decision. He dropped out of college to move to Tokyo and chase his dreams of becoming a professional manga artist. It was a risky choice, but one that would define his entire future. When Oda arrived in Tokyo, he started working at Shueisha, the company behind Weekly Shonen Jump. He became an assistant for several manga creators, including Masaya Tokushiro on Jungle King Tarshan and Nobihiro Watsuki on Rorushi Kenshin. The work wasn't easy. He drew backgrounds, cleaned up sketches, and learned how to meet tight deadlines. Sometimes he barely got any sleep, but every day taught him something new about storytelling and discipline. It was his way of learning from the best before creating something of his own. After gaining experience, Oda began working on his own projects. One of them was a short story called Romance Dawn. It featured a cheerful boy with a straw hat who could stretch his body like rubber, a character who would later become Monkey D. Luffy. The editors at Shonen Jump saw the potential in the story and encouraged Oda to expand it into a full series. And in 1997, at just 22 years old, Oda debuted One Piece in the Weekly Shonen Jump. At first, it was just another new manga, but soon readers connected with its mix of humor, emotion, and adventure. The story message about freedom, friendship, and chasing dreams hit close to home for many people. Oda worked extremely hard. He lived in Nerima, Tokyo, and often stayed up all night drawing. He said he usually slept about 3 hours per night, spending the rest of his time planning new chapters and building the world of One Piece. Over time, One Piece became a worldwide phenomenon, selling hundreds of millions of copies, inspiring animes, movies, and even a live-action series. But despite all the success, Oda stayed focused and he rarely appeared in public and preferred to let his work speak for itself. From a quiet city in Kyushu to the center of Tokyo's manga industry, Eiichiro Oda's story shows what can happen when passion meets hard work. He turned his love for drawing into one of the biggest stories ever told. And after all the fame, he's still the same kid from Kumamoto, the one who loved to draw pirates and dream big.
Many people know Eiichiro Oda as the genius behind One Piece. But few realize just how far ahead he plans every detail of his story. From the very start, Oda knew how One Piece would end, even before it began in 1997. Every island, every character, every mystery was designed to lead toward that final destination. In his studio, Oda keeps private notebooks full of sketches, maps, and notes about the world of One Piece. No one, not even his editors or assistants, is allowed to see them. He loves that fans make their own theories, but he never changes the story because of them. Every major twist you've read was decided years before it appeared on the page. According to his former editors, Oda imagines entire scenes in his mind before drawing them, like a movie playing in his head. He sees the movements, the emotions, and the timing, and then brings it to life with his pen. This is why One Piece has stayed so consistent and full of life for more than 2 decades. Behind each chapter is years of careful planning, proof that Oda's creativity isn't just imagination, it's discipline, vision, and pure dedication. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.